Here you go. There are more games. Number 603. Satomi Hakkenden by Alpha Denshi. By the way, Haley Wars was by ITL. Published by Taito. Released by some company named ITL. We forgot to mention that. And I think that was ITL's first game. Yeah. Don't know who they are. And this is by Alpha Denshi, or developed by them for SNK. Alpha Denshi. Don't recognize their name either. Oh, they did make Famicom Meijin Sen, which I think that's a detective game. So that was their first game. This is their second. I forget what this is. So let's take a look at it and let's see what kind of game this is. Oh, look, it's a Dragon Quest clone? Oh, but it's untranslated. So if it's an RPG, then we're, of course, not going to be able to play it. But let's take a look at it. This is released in January of 1989. These some arcade games? That would make sense. Oh, we should reset the timer and then probably start it. That would be a good idea. Well, that must be game saved, so I'm gonna hit start. Okay, let's see. What should be my name? Let's put in a regular name. Who? Is this it? Yeah, Fuli. Who? Fulipu. Hello, I am Japanese man, and I will tell you the story. Once upon a time, there were many yokai demons, and they came out of the gate and then they tormented people. It was very bad, and there was lightning, and people were afraid, and a bunch of more bad stuff, and all of this stuff happened. It was a long time ago, but now the same thing is happening again. You've got to stop it! Go forth now! Here I am, Japanese man. Cross blades. Oh, I think we played that. That's the one that's like sort of like Punch Out-ish, but like a fantasy Punch Out, and it's like RPG. I think we played through that, didn't we? That game was cool. All right, let's see. First, we got to go buy a weapon. Even though I'm holding my sword in my icon, my avatar. I have 50 yen, I guess. So I could buy a Bokuto, which is a wooden sword, or I could buy a Nunono Fuku, which is, I knew that, Mr. Leo, but I don't know what a Nunono Fuku is. So if you want to let me know that, I'm gonna get the Bokuto because that seems like a solid choice. Hi. Was he asking me if I would equip it? Cloth? Oh, so that was armor. It's an armor shop as well. Okay, can I go to a menu? Oh, look at this menu. It looks different from the typical Dragon Quest menu, at least. Are those the crystals I have to get? Like 8 crystals? And you get like a little Final Fantasy style map. That's clearly Final. This whole screen is Final Fantasy 1, which had come out by now. What? What is this? Okay, that says Osoi, slow. Oh, message speed. probably. Or hayai. Yeah, we want fast. We want hayai. Yes. That one. What do I press to confirm? Oh, nothing, I guess. That's the only option. Alright. Hello? Oh, there's the typical Dragon Quest menu. There it is. Hanasu! Blah, blah, blah! Alright. What is this? An inn? Probably an inn. I'm gonna say, hi! But you have no money. Poor person must get out of our establishment. Like a sake shop. A pouch. It's probably like an item shop. You got like a bunch of houses. So do we need to equip our weapon though? Let's see, probably we do it from this menu. Mochi Mono, that's like inventory, right? Bokuto. Yes. What? Okay, that's just showing what's in here. Oh, I already have a Bokuto. Dude, I started with the Bokuto. I fucked up. I already had a Bokuto, and I bought another Bokuto! What am I doing? I'm terrible at this game. Let's start over. I'm gonna re-enter my name again. Boo. Lee. Boo. Then Satomi. The Legend of Flip. Alright, well this time I'm just gonna skip through this. A human-sized Jindo statue? Is that weird? Oh, maybe it's a cloth katana. You start with a cloth katana, then you get a wood katana, then you get a metal katana. So I have katana already. Let's see. I need to equip it. So it must be one of these then. Unless it's already equipped. Jutsu. Oh, jutsu, like magic. Probably said I have none. Buki, weapon. Okay, Buki, weapon. There we go. Bokuto. Oh, it has an H by it. What's this? Sobishinai. Sobishinai? Is that like unequipped? It says Buku, which is closed. What, right there? No, that says Buki. That's not... Wait, what are you talking about? Sobi is equipment? Sobi? Wait, what are you looking at? Oh. Shiraberu. That's to examine. Shikara. But no Shikara. That says Buki. Earlier? Oh, okay. Okay, so I think we have it. Oh, wait. Oh, that's our. So it's showing our weapon and our armor. Okay. Did I unequip it? I better make sure. Okay. So we already have the weapon and armor that they sell. I guess we should go steal, or we should go kill things. Oh, so there's not like a castle map. You just talk to this dude. Hi. Oh, he's asking if I want to save the game. Yes. Hi. I do. Save Ushimasu. Yes. Right, so this is talk, magic, weapon, inventory, examine, and what would this be then? Chikara? Oh, status, right? Status? Is this based on anime or manga? It's a good question. I'll have to look at the wiki. I don't know. Oh, did we get a host? Veritasi? Dude, why is this stuff not showing up in the chat now? Hey, thanks for the host. Appreciate it. How are you doing? Oh, see, the problem is, this is why it's difficult. Satomi Hakkenden is just like a generic Japanese, like, legend. So if you just type in Satomi Hakkenden, you get a million things. Legend of the Eight Samurai. Satomi Hakkenden. It's a 1983 Japanese historical martial arts fantasy film. Wait, this is 1989. I don't think it would be based on that. But maybe. Chikara is power energy? Oh. Yeah, we're just checking. This game is not translated. But we're just checking out a little bit for, you know, Fliptendo. What were you up to, Veritasi? So there was a film called Satomi Hakkenden. There's a light novel called Nanso Satomi Hakkenden. Asian Wiki. Oh, there's an Asian Wiki? Satomi Hakkenden. A TV movie from 2006. So it's just like, yeah, like Legend of the Eight Samurai. It's just like it's like a Japanese story that has like many different media based on it. So if this is based on anything specific, it's kind of hard to say. I guess it could have been based on the 1983 movie, but it doesn't really seem like it is. Here, let's try to fight things. Oh, look at those monsters appear around me. Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2? I never still played the first one. I'm gonna tatakao. Fight. Itai. Big monster sport. I guess he's supposed to be like sort of Japanese demon. He looks a little bit like some kind of statue come to life. They've got the bridges. Do you think that the bridges mean tougher enemies? You think you get more encounters in the forest, like in Dragon Quest 2? Hey, you beat him in one hit that time. We got 2 gold and 1 experience? Okay, well, let's march back and forth in circles. Do the usual Dragon Quest thing. I understand how to play this part of the game. Hunting legendary animals and advancing the plot. Oh, what? I'm in red? I still have 17 hit points, though. Is that what you do in Red Dead Redemption? You hunt legendary animals? I did not know that. For a clone, this seems like decent quality. Yeah, it seems like okay quality. It seems fine. You know, it's hard to say, since we're not going to be able to understand the finer details. Let's get tougher. Do 2 damage. He's not tough. It's optional. Yeah, it sounds like optional content. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll try that game one of these days. Maybe, I don't know. The first one, that is. Ooh, this guy looks tough. That's true. Oh, he does a lot of damage. Uh-oh. Perhaps we should... What's the run? Nigeru. Run. That's what we want to do. Let's Nigeru away. Can I use the... Let's see if we can use the inn now. Was this the inn? I can't read this kanji, but I presume this is probably the inn. How much? I don't know how much it... Oh, 3? Oh, it's 3. It's only 3. We have 59. Good. Is that just yen? Or is it Ryo? It would be... I guess it would be Ryo if it's like ancient Japan, right? For the money? It doesn't look like the yen symbol. Yeah, bootleg Dragon Quest. This is an inclusive platform. There's the Jizo statue. Can I talk to the statue? No, I think it's Remember that I like Muppets. Alright, I think we need to level up some more. Yeah, I agree though, the Toriyama designs do really go a long way towards making Dragon Quest appealing. Maybe we can beat this guy, he only did 3 damage that time. Let's continue our Tatakao. Hey, we beat him. How much does he give us? 3 and 1. That's barely better than the other enemies. Damn. The Yeti's much harder. We leveled up, though. Oh. We can place points when we level up. Look at this. Look at this. Except I can't do the top one. For some reason. What does that say? Shugyo... Shugyochi. I don't know what that means. Kogeki ka. Kogeki ka. I don't know what that means either. More party members? That could be. The top one is MP. Is it? But there was already a jutsu category. I mean, maybe like spirit or something? Bogyoka? Bogyoka. That's probably, these are probably like, maybe Bogyoka is like energy, and Kogeki ka is strength. Maybe that sounds like it could be strength. And Supayasa. I don't know. I don't really know what any of these mean. Which one should I do? Don't take the kind of literally. Ka is strength. Ka is strength. So Kogeki is attack strength. Oh. So this is probably magic strength then. Bogyoka. Bogyoka is probably magic or like spirit strength. Kana's waiting for the kanji. I see. All right, well, attack strength sounds good. Let's do that. Wait, what? Oh, I see. That's the... You get 5 points to distribute. Well, what's the bottom one? Is that like vitality or health? Subayasa? Could that be vitality? Subayasa? Yeah, you get a lot of points. You get 5 points per level. Agility? We'll get some of that, I guess. Hi. Alright, we powered up. Got it. Guess we should probably use the inn. Hi. Look at my little samurai sprite. My happy dude. He's so happy to be a samurai. Hey, I'm a samurai! Now I have 42 points. That's an improvement. Maybe your health always goes up. There doesn't seem to be a health category. It's just attack strength, magic strength, and agility. And that's it. So maybe your health just always goes up no matter what. Because I got 10 more max hit points. Get him! Got him. I feel stronger already. Yeah, it seems like it'd be fun. It's fun anyway. But yeah. I did play through like missing out on like, you know, story or the finer details. We probably could, like, play through it, because we know how Dragon Quest works. We probably could play through it, like, a fair amount until we get to a point where we're just, like, stuck and have no idea where to go. And there's, like, no guides that are in English. I mean, there might be a guide, though. I haven't looked. It could be. Smiling Samurai. That's the kind of samurai I want to be. Japanese style music. I mean, it's decent music. It's not like great, but it's all right music. I hope it has more music tracks than the last game. There's already a town theme. Introduction theme, map theme, combat theme. Hopefully there would be like different dungeon musics and stuff. Boss music. We're super influential. Yep. How many Dragon Quest clans? You know, actually, I would say that there's surprisingly not that many Dragon Quest clones. There's quite a lot of RPGs, but they're a pretty good mix between like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy-ish. There's only a few that nothing is really quite to like take after Final Fantasy too much yet. Probably too ambitious. There's I don't know. There's a number. Maybe there was that Momotaro Peach Boy one that was very Dragon Quest. But then there's like a bunch of games that copy the look of Dragon Quest, but not the gameplay, like Zoids, which looks exactly like Dragon Quest, except the battles are action battles. There's a number of games like that, and there's some that are like just like adventure games, or not even RPGs, but they have just a very Dragon Quest looking map. I would almost say that the visuals of Dragon Quest at this point seem to be more influential than the gameplay, but there have definitely been a few Dragon Quest clones. There was that Hercules game that's like a Dragon Quest clone. I'm trying to think what other ones there are. Probably like 2 or 3 more. And there's some that like are a little bit Dragon Quest-like, but kind of have their own thing going on. Like that one game that we really liked. What was it called again? Oh, Minerva Saga? Minivolton Saga. Remember Minivolton Saga? Let's just go all attack this time. Super attack. But the combat system was not like Dragon Quest at all. It was a weird mix of like ease and automated like AI battle system. It was really cool. I liked it. Alcidion? I think Alcidion was action? I think it would. I don't remember. There was that one game that was like the map looked exactly like Zelda. It was very Zelda-like, but then it had Dragon Quest style combat. And it's surprising there hasn't been more like clones. Like honestly, the most influential games so far it would have to be like is 2 things. It's baseball games and menu-based detective games. Like, those are the games that have the most clones, that, like, all play the same so far. Let's try crossing the bridge. Oh, yeah, definitely tougher enemies. Let's see, can we handle him at level 3? Mother Dragon Quest clone? Oh, these guys are way too strong for me, wow. Can I run away? Yeah. Dude, am I poisoned? Shit. Mahjong games? Yeah, there's a pretty good amount of Mahjong games. Let's see. I feel like we've played about maybe 9 or 10. We've seen like 9 or 10 so far. It's a pretty good amount. But like that, I don't know. I guess that kind of counts. They're not quite as prolific as the baseball games, I guess. There's like a decent amount of Go games as well. Go or Shogi. Well, I guess there's not that many. There's some. I wonder how many Mahjong games there are. Am I still poisoned? Condition. Ko. Doku. That means poison. Dude, how do I get unpoisoned? Maybe the sake, if I drink sake, I'll be healed. It's only costs 1. Oh, it costs 5. It costs 5. Oh, maybe that could sake be like potions? See what happens. I'm still poisoned. Do I get something? Do I get sake in my inventory? No. Do you cure my poison? Let's see. Dona, that's witch. Go you de shio. Go you de sho. Ka. Dona do you go. Okay. Well, you think he's just asking which one I would like. Cow or Udu. Cow is I think to buy, and this is it's just buy and sell. All right. Ganyaku. So these things I could buy. Ganyaku is this like food? Ofuda? Ofuda. That could be some kind of like mochi or something. Ofuda, I think. Doku Keishi. Maybe that's something to do with poison? Gofu. Gofu. Ganyaku is medicine? Oh, yeah? Doku Keishi. And Gofu. It's like a medicine, huh? That's got to be the antidote? Because Doku means poison, right? Alright, let's get it. I need that. Tsukao. Use. We better buy it. Well, I want to... Dude, I guess we really need to just... We have like 82 money now. We really should just farm for the better weapon. Because I think there was one for 100. That's what we really should do. Back to farming time. We can't cross the river yet. We're not ready. It's like every Dragon Quest game, you gotta farm in the beginning for a couple hours. Farmer Flip! It's like number 3 Flip and the top 5 or something. Farmer Flip's got alliteration and he's relaxed. A couple of hours. Well, probably not really a couple of hours. It's not gonna take that long to get the weapon. Probably more like a couple of minutes. Yeah, there's a good amount of Mahjong games. A ton of baseball games, ridiculous amount. There's a lot of RPGs, but there's a lot of variety in the RPGs. Like, you have your Dragon Quest clones, but some are kind of more clone than others. But you also have, like, a good amount of, like, RPGs with kind of a Dragon Quest style overhead map, but then it's like an action-based battle. Like Minibaltan Saga or Zoids is like shooter action. Jen, your phone is ringing. There's like there was another game. Like, so Zoids is Dragon Quest, but the battles are like first-person action shooter. We like move the little crosshairs around and shoot things before they shoot you. And there was another game that was just the same. Like, it was an RPG with an overhead map. I remember it had a super ghetto map. It looks terrible. But then you would get, like, into space battles. I feel like there was more than one of those, too. Isn't there at least 2 of those? I don't remember what they were called. There's so many of these games now, it's hard to keep them straight. But there was a couple of those. And then you have, like, your action RPGs. Some action RPGs are like Zelda, and then like that one Psycho Caliber was like a Zelda clone. But then there's some where you get into a random battle, you go to a separate screen, and then you do action-based combat in a separate screen. Like Minibaltan Saga, or I think there's a few of those. wide variety of RPGs. There's even like ones that are like board game style. There was one that was, I think there was a couple that were like moving around in like this giant kind of tiled map. A lot of action games, a lot of platformers, but you know, like a wide variety of like play styles though. World of Warcraft is the Dragon Quest template of our time. Yeah. Or at least it was. I guess it still is because you saw it like, it's still popular in Final Fantasy XIV, it's still popular. So you still have like a couple, but they're not really, the rush of those games is definitely over. Like the glut, yeah, the time where like tons of those games were coming out is kind of past. And like nowadays, people do World of Warcraft like legacy servers to relive the old days of. I do the legacy servers of Final Fantasy XI because I like those better. The current Final Fantasy XI. Baseballs, when the only sports games were played well in 8-bit. Yeah. Well, I mean, there were good basketball games and good soccer games. I mean, I think soccer games play okay. You can kind of do the team sports with that. You can really do sports like football or basketball, team sports. I mean, they didn't stop them from trying. I mean, people love Tecmo Bowl, so it has been done well. But I guess it was hard. It's harder to do that kind of thing because you can only control, like, you know, those soccer and basketball games. You have to press the button to switch characters. And it never works exactly the way you would want it to. It's always a little bit awkward switching characters. Tecmo Bowl, yo. What level am I right now? I'm still level 3. How much money do we have? Where does it say your money? Oh, probably, Chikara. Okay, we have enough. We need a new weapon. Yeah, Ice Hockey Blades of Steel. Both really good games. Sure. But it was harder to do that kind of thing. Alright. Which of these things do we want to buy? So we know that we have these two on the left. That's starter gear. But then you have Kogatana. That's got to be a sword. I think that's just like metal sword, right? And then you have Domaki, that probably is a piece of its armor. I think that just might be like a type of like, what do you call that? Dogi or whatever the thing is called, the martial arts gear. Good sports games, the only baseball I felt they tried to be realistic. I guess so. I mean, it's not like they were that realistic. But yeah, I mean, sports games obviously evolved to be much, much more realistic, and the ones today, they're hyper realistic. I haven't played a sports game in a long time, so I really don't know how they've evolved that well. I don't know how they play. I'm sure they've. Ko is in little kid, so short sword. Oh, really? It's that kind of ko? So Kogatana. So it's just like a small katana, right? Kogatana. Oh yeah, because doesn't Kogata mean small, right? Kogata? So is it just like a combination of Kogata and katana? Is that what it is? Doesn't Kogata mean it's one way to say small? Katana. And then you have so all right. So I'm gonna get that then. It's a better weapon, and then we'll save up for the better armor too. We probably still can't handle the hard. Maybe we could go out a little bit more into the field and try to explore more. Between the katana and the wakizashi, because it's like a smaller katana, right? That makes sense. Hello. I will save your game. Would you like that? Oh, you would? Here you go. I'm saving your game. Saved. Now get out! And don't come back until you need your game saved again. Equip Buki. I would like to equip this. Did I do it? Did I do it? Did it work? Oh. I should look at the status. Buki, weapon. Ogatana. Alright. Alright, let's... You would sleep jingle? Yeah. That's pretty good. Are they good in the future? Well, they've gotta be, because it is the Legend of the 8 Samurai, right? So it's got... You'd think so. You'd think that you're gonna get 8 Samurai. Let's go out into the field, explore a little bit. As we grind more money for a better armor. Oh, I see what you mean, first world. Okay. 2 of these guys now. You can handle that. We're tough. Take that, fucker. 8-bit baseball can be every bit as boring as the real thing. It can. Well, I mean, they have those ones like RBI Baseball that are like more about like simulating baseball. More simulation based. It's not really my style, but I guess for baseball nerds, that's good. This is the kind of game where like you only ever hear like the first 3 notes of the world map music. You're always being in battles, and it resets the music every time. Sorry, Skittle. Skittle's baseball fan. There's another town right over here. Not far from where we start. But we haven't even bought the best equipment from the first town. There's already another town. Let's see what's going on here. Bridge. Seems like bridges indicate a change in monsters. I've not crossed that yet. It's true. Skittles has yet to force sports on us. He hasn't tied anybody down and forced them to, like, hold a basketball or baseball. Koko wa bungo no seikisho da. Koko o to o toru ni wa 50 ryo ga. Is it ryo? Hitsu wa uda. Do suru? What will you do? Do suru? It costs 50? Oh, so this is a gate. EA! Get out of here! Get out of here, you punk! Talk to the hand. It's a gate, it costs 50 to pass. It's not even a town. We definitely want to, like, buy the best armor before we go there. Top knot. Yeah. Hey, you leveled up. Good. Good. Should I put all my points into attack again? I guess agility would be good, too. I'm just gonna ignore magic. Let's get a little bit more agility. Someone the Alpha Lami? Sweet. Shidaberu. Nice. Shidaberu. Nice. What is he saying? Nanimo nai. There is nothing. Nanimo nai. Hip-hop samurai fusion. Yeah, Samurai Champloo did a good job with that. Tiny thugs act like crime lords. Hey, don't ruin my romanticization of samurai, alright? They're cool, noble warriors. They might not have always been thugs. Don't generalize. Being racist against samurai. There could have been some good ones. European knights they romanticize. Yes, Mr. Leo, you know that those knights, they were all noble. You know they were all noble and they always did good things. Except for the Black Knights. They were bad. But the rest of the knights were all noble warriors who had a code of honor, like Klingons. They were basically Klingons of the past. Especially the paladins, you know. They were the good ones. The good paladins. That totally existed. Don't try to tell me that didn't exist. Paladins didn't exist. They cast white magic. Did you watch Red Letter Media Star Trek video? I did. It was interesting. I definitely like... I will say I like the first season a lot better than they do. Like, a lot better. Although the ones they picked out were the ones that I generally remember liking too. Well, I mean, the one that always stood out to me as like a really good first season episode was the Binar episode. I thought was really good. But I think there were others. Actually, I kind of don't mind the season of the pilot. They're like, yeah, they don't like conspiracy. I'm not on board with that. Yeah, that episode's great. Like, it doesn't feel very Star Trek, but that's kind of what makes it awesome. I mean, it's just like, you just kind of like view it as like a fish out of water scenario, you know? Like, it's cool to see the cast and that kind of like just ridiculous, the Thing kind of, you know, body snatcher situation, you know, this kind of horror episode. It's just cool, and yeah, it is out of character that they just blow up that one dude's head. But I mean, he was a bug monster, and the gore was awesome. I love that they just have random head explosion. It's so gory. It's awesome. How can you not like that? They're crazy. You need to find a way to quench this bloodthirsty greed of other rich, heavily armed men. Yeah, I'm sure. How much money do we have now? We should get the best armor. Alright, we gotta kill more. And I don't think that they're ready to cross that bridge yet. We just better stay over here. Samurai, cowboy, pirates. Makes them seem romantic and heroic. Well, but you know though, like, it's not like it's just them. Fiction, that is the job of fiction, to make people seem romantic and heroic. You know, in real life, nobody's romantic and heroic, basically. Fiction makes villains heroes and those villains. No, I mean, it kind of just, you know, it's often just trying to be fantasy, escape. It's not trying to present real life, because real life is, like, depressing. It's trying to be an escape. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Star Trek's probably not going to be a realistic portrayal of the future, but if it were, it'd be awesome. We could only wish that, you know, things would turn out so good. So, nothing really. Yeah, it always either romanticizes or alters reality. No, it doesn't always, but often it does. There is no actual code of Bushido. It's never written tradition. It's always been oral tradition. Basically, son, you'll know it when you see it. Yeah. Well, that's not really surprising. I mean, like, you wouldn't think that would be the kind of thing that would be written down anyway. Like, you would think that it would be, like, passed on by word of mouth. That makes total sense. Let's hope they don't turn out like Discovery. Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, like, it's an example of why, you know, some sort of, like, romanticization or positivity is nice, you know? It's, you know, I mean, it's just nice to, like,
it's nice to like have some ideals, you know, to shoot for, and it's something to look forward to. Idealism stuff is, you know, makes people feel better about their lives, so. Or like stuff like Discovery makes you feel worse about your life. Not that I haven't actually, well, I have seen it. I have seen the first episode. And like I've read summaries of the other episodes, so I know what happens, and definitely doesn't get better. Hagakure was a later attempt to put it on paper, wasn't all there. I don't know, Hagakure. Bullshit though. That is, yes. That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's definitely stuff like night. Oh, that's all that stuff is like romanticized. But then again, you also, it's hard to get the clear picture of what things were like, you know. It's pretty easy to just like dwell on the negative or to dwell on the positive. But you can never really have a realistic picture of like what people were like 300 years ago or even 100 years ago. This stuff always gets like slanted by stories, propaganda, hearsay. You can only get like a vague picture of it. Depressing miserable future is more fitting for our current time. That, yeah, that is, I don't get that at all. Yeah, I think that what is like more needed in our time is stuff like the new Bill and Ted, which I think that you didn't like, but like stuff, but it was so refreshing to watch something that was like actually positive for a change. That's what would be better. Let's see how much money I have now. Man, that doesn't make any sense to me either. Oh, dude, is it? I think it was just 100, so we should have enough now. 100 or was it 120? Maybe it was 120 though. Having little extras in there. Oh, it was just 100. Okay, yeah. That's got to be better armor. I guess I should sell my old weapons, huh? But I don't think we can sell them there. We have to go here to sell them. Or maybe I guess I have to unequip it first, probably. Alright, that's the weapon. That's the Domaki. Okay, now we'll sell the old ones. See how much we get for them. It is rarer. That's true, Mr. Leo. It is. It is harder to like to it's like that sort of like just like base kind of conflict. People like yelling at each other. I mean, like all stories need to have conflict, but like the cheap way to do it is to have like everybody like yelling and fighting and miserable. But you don't necessarily have to do that. Yeah, that's you, Asian Waste. That's you. Alright, I didn't want to buy. I don't know what this stuff is, though. I'm not sure about these. They probably are... Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe these things are like or like revives or something. But could this medicine just be a heal potion, I wonder? I should probably get a couple of those. I bet it is. Let's just get one. Okay, now I want to sell the cloth armor I was wearing before. Let's get rid of that. So it sells for half of what it costs. And then the Bokuto. Don't need that anymore. Sells for half. And then we're done. Good. Yeah, exactly. See, the thing about, and you remember that one TNG episode? It was a 7th season episode that was about the environment where the spaceships were where the spaceships were they were destroying space, like warp was destroying space. That force of nature. That's a terrible episode. The episodes that are preaching, that are like preachy, are the worst episode. It's not really having like preachy stories is not. It never used to be considered good. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, it's fine to show the Federation is flawed, but you can still stick to, like, the lore of the show. And, like, just... I mean, they've always done that. There's always been, like, admirals who, like, go crazy. But it's another to, like, just, like, take the values of, like, the values of, like, the show that people value and just, like, throw them away, yeah. I know, yeah, I don't like that. I like when shows have good guys and bad guys. I mean, I don't mind that if it's in the service of, like, something that's just, like, a simplistic action story. But, yeah, I mean, you know, more nuanced stuff is better for, like, dramatic stories. That's the exact episode you were thinking of? Yeah, exactly. Like, the episodes that are the worst... And then there's also the one where, like, Wesley... Well, like, remember the one where they have the Space Indians, and they're, like, gonna steal the space... Picard has to stop the Space Indians from losing their land? That's also, like, one of the worst episodes. Like, episodes that... Like, I think people don't get that, like, the preachy episodes of, like, Star Trek were the worst episodes. The good episodes are the ones that have, like, nuanced stories where it's not trying to hit you over the head with them. It still has messages, but it's not trying to hit you over the head with it. Those were the good episodes. But, you know, a lot of stuff today just hits you over the head. It doesn't even try to be subtle. Yeah, DS9 situation. DS9 did a good job. It's not really the Star Trek. It's not what I would have wanted, like, all Star Trek to become, but it did a good job of, like, adding more depth and, like, shades of gray, I guess. But even Deep Space Nine, like, you still feel like the Federation still has values, and the main characters, they still have values. Sometimes they have to, either in the wars or they're you know, they're making some sacrifices, but they still basically have values. You know, they don't completely become scumbags, kind of. Although, you know, Sisko's character does go a little off the deep end on some episodes, and it is kind of weird. And they can take him in a real. His whole arc doesn't make any sense. That's the weakness of that show, or one of them. But they still overall did a good job. They had a lot of good characters. Yeah, Asimov sci-fi. I should read more Asimov, maybe. I want to see what's over past this bridge. See if we can fight these guys. Oh, it's just two of these guys? We can fight these guys. It's fine for us. With the Maquis? Well, kinda. I mean, with the Maquis, they were trying to do something more... They were trying to add, like, a third party into, like a war situation. Like, just to make things more complicated. Like, I get what they were trying to do with that. But yeah, the Maquis was not some of the better stuff of Deep Space Nine, I don't think. What are these temples? Oh. This guy tough? This guy looks tough. Let's see. Oh, no, we beat him in one hit. Wow. Alright, I guess we've leveled... This must be the next area. I guess we've leveled up enough. Chakotay was? Yeah, I was surprised when we watched Voyager. I actually liked him a little bit more than I thought I would. I thought he always struck me as being a bland character. But yeah, I mean, he's a good character, but like all the Maquis stuff when it pops up is dumb. But like when that stuff is not happening around him, he was a decent character. Voyager wasted it. Yeah, Voyager did waste its setup. It did. That's one of the big complaints about Voyager. We kind of like gave up midway through season 3. We might go back to it because it gets better once it gets 7 of 9. Season 4, we gotta like make it there. Oh, what was it to examine? Oh, Shiraberu. What does it say?
Ashimo. Kono to Tobira wa door. This door. Kokoro o. Mote imasu. Mote imasu. Mote. You need more? Imasu. There is more of this door? This door, there is more? There's more here? There's more here? What's that mean? I don't think I fully understood that. Ketsuka? Yeah, she was a lame character. She was super lame. That's the door. Well, I'm not sure what that was saying, but there's a door there we can't open, obviously. I guess you should I don't know. I don't know how much longer we're gonna play this. I don't know if we... We probably don't want to play through this whole game. Goes without saying. Hey, another dude. A shrine guy, shrine master. What are you asking? Sosei Obarai. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna pick this one. Sono hitsu yo wa arimasen na. Oh, it's not arimasen, not there? Something, not there? Huh? I'm gonna say yes. Donna, which? Go yo... Oh, again? How about this one? Arimasen. No, wait. Yeah. Okay, I guess I can't do either of those options right now. We found another village. We can rest and stuff like that. I guess this would be the next grinding point. They probably got better stuff here too. The booty. As long as I want. Next few games are not that interesting. Well, that's exactly why we got to get through them quick. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I just feel like it would be a waste to play this game when it's not translated, when we're not gonna like understand a lot of it. Plus, we're gonna probably get stuck at some points, and it's gonna be a lot of effort trying to play through this game in Japanese. It's just not a good idea. Just wanted to get a sense for what the game was like, though. So that's Kogatana. That's, we already have that. And Domaki, we already have that armor, but there's a new stuff. So what's this fort? It costs 40. Mino Gasa. And then for 50, there's Tsue. I don't know what that would be. But maybe they're like different kinds of like a hat, or like boots. Could be stuff like that, because there might be other equipment. And then this is probably a better weapon, I think. Katana. That's a katana. Yes. We want a katana. Okay. So we want that. I wonder if there'd be a place to save your game here. And then you have like all these houses with people who give you information, which are useless to us. Who knows what we're missing out on? Oh, you got a graveyard here. Can you read the graves? It does not seem so. You wonder if you could save your game anywhere here?
There's another bridge there. Probably would be dangerous to go down, but we haven't saved our game. Right, the thing with the replicator. The excuse was that the replicator worked on different powers, so they could just use it as much as they... Or no, it was the what am I thinking of? The holodeck. That was the ridiculous thing. They said that the holodeck worked on different power from the replicator, so there was no reason not to use it, even though that just makes no sense. Completely. Because any other episode, you know that, like, they would get to some point where, like, they ran out of food, and someone would be able to, like, take the replicator, the holodeck energy and convert it to replicator energy. Like, they couldn't do that, please. That they clearly started the show with a strong sense of no pinup girls, and people hate the show, skin-tight uniform on a bombshell. And it worked! Well, I mean, and apparently she was, like, a character that, like, everybody liked. Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it, Asian waste. But, I mean, no pinup girls... I mean, yeah, there's no reason to not have pinup girls. But the problem with the show was not that it had no pinup girls. The problem was that it barely had any characters that anybody cared about. Like, the characters were just so bland in Voyager. Like, Janeway is okay, you know. Chakotay's alright, you know, he's kinda cool. Harry Kim is super boring, you know. Paris is alright. I mean, there's the characters, they just don't have, it was not a great cast, any way you look at it. So they needed something. And, yeah, they needed that kind of character, like a Borg woman. It was a pretty good idea, honestly. And the Doctor was, like, the one character that everybody liked. Yeah, Doctor was a good character. The boathouse, let's see this boathouse. Yeah, Neelix, he seemed interesting at first, but man, he got annoying really fast. Your stream might take off. I mean, it might. Except it wouldn't, because I'm a man. But, you know, if that were at all possible, I'd think about it. Because why not? Wait, what was this again? Oh, it's just a dude. Okay. So, yeah, you probably have to find a boat pass or something. Abandon their resolve. Well, yeah, I mean... but it's funny, though, because their abandonment of their resolve turned out to be the right decision in that case. Yeah, Tuvok was okay. Tuvok was decent. He was a good character. And it was good to have, like, a full Vulcan character for, like, the first time. Already don't wear pants? Exactly. Exactly, Skittles. That's right. And I do that for the stream. Tuvok scan sector. Scan complete. Wait, fine, shit. Yeah, because he was in Spaceballs. Right. That would have been good. The TNG cast was great. Oh, it was a fun cast. You see, with the Next Generation, on the other hand, like, the cast was so good that even when, like, people didn't really... Even when, like, the season was bad, people still wanted to watch it. Because the cast was so good. And then eventually they were able to, like, you know... start coming up with some better episodes. Although I still like the first season. Really don't, because it's just really cheesy and hokey, but I kind of like the cheesiness of it. It's kind of fun. I don't mind it. You see, we're at the point now where it's like, what do we do? So I mean, it's hard to know because we don't know what any of these people are saying. There's a boathouse, there's shrines, they're asking me stuff. I don't know what they're saying. We've leveled up. We've made progress. It feels like it's probably a pretty decent game, honestly. I mean, we know what kind of game this is going to be, right? I think we could probably rate it at this point. Fairly. Or at least, you know, give a tentative rating. I mean, I think it seems like a solid 6, probably? pretty solid 6, maybe 5, being a bit harsh, but the graphics are okay. The main sprite is a little bit too dorky. The child actors in Season 1 are pretty bad. See, I wouldn't qualify it with Season 1 because, to me, the worst child actor was Alexander by far, and that's like late TNG. I like Wesley way better. I mean, Wesley was annoying in the first season, but he got better. But at least he still had like a kind of charm to him, whereas Alexander is like just annoying and has like no positive character traits, in my opinion. All the child actors are bad. No, yeah, I guess no. I mean, like DS9. I mean, he grew up pretty quick, but what's his name? Cisco's son? Forgetting his name now. But he was good. He was good. They actually did a good job. Jake. Yeah, Jake. The guy who played Jake. He was good. He was more of a teen, but I mean, that counts. Dorky sprites. Yeah, it's kind of an amusing sprite. I mean, but a lot of the graphics are pretty decent, like the temples and stuff, and the character sprites. Alright, I saved my game because I think now it's probably a good time to quit. I'm not exactly sure where to go next. We're at the point now where not knowing Japanese is a liability. So I think that, but we got a pretty good feeling for the game. It indeed feels very Dragon Quest. It's not really a bad thing. Yeah, where they all get turned into kids. That episode's kind of a guilty pleasure. Like, it's entertaining. Some really stupid things happen on it, but I did enjoy the young John Luke, his young John Luke performance of the kid. The young Guinan and Keiko, like they have like a plot line where they just like jump, they like jump on a bed. Their whole arc is that Guinan gets Ro to jump on a bed to have fun. That was pretty dumb. And then I don't remember who the other one was, the other kid. A good send off in DS9. Did he? Did he have a good send-off? I feel like they brought him back and then did nothing with him. I don't remember him having a good send-off. What was his good send-off? Did he die? I don't recall. Love the evolution of Nog. Now Nog was not being played by a kid technically, but he was a good character. He was a surprisingly good character to like develop and stuff. Yeah, I liked Nog. All right. Yeah, I don't know. That game's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 6, I think, and then the music, 5. And it is untranslated. If it were translated, we probably would play it more, but I think that's good for now. So that was Satomi Hakkenden. Let's see. I don't want to put it that high because it doesn't feel like that well produced. It feels maybe like a little cheap, but it still seems like the monster graphics are not the best. The graphics in general are not the best. The music's okay, but like it obviously could be better. And it's pretty derivative, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because Dragon Quest games are fun. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put it too high, but maybe right around a 6. Maybe like a 5.96, 5.95. Let's see, Star Wars Namco. I enjoyed Star Wars Namco. Mice on Koku, Neon Rollerball, TikTok. The Twin Bee range seems about right. That's the first one, right? The first Twin Bee game. Lode Runner, Doraemon. Yeah, I think up here. I think right about here. That's good. Satomi Hakkenden. Yeah. It proves no clean, so he's really subpar masculine. Like, I mean, part of it is that, like, the direction of his character is really weird. I don't know. Like, I think that they kind of made his character like overly argumentative, so that Worf and his kid just get in fights all the time. But he was just it was not a good actor. It was not. I don't know. And like he also couldn't seem to make up his mind. about what he was like. Did he want to be a Klingon or not? And then DS9, he like, it's really weird. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really like the Alexander character in Deep Space Nine either, because suddenly he's just like full Klingon basically. It really just makes no sense. I didn't fully buy it. I mean, there was a reasoning for it, but I didn't really buy it. Kaneko, yes, Kaneko, good. Yeah. So yeah, there. Satomi Hakkenden. All right. Yeah, not a bad game. That's pretty cool. So the next one's going to be Tecmo Baseball. So I don't know anything about Tecmo Baseball. I know that Tecmo Bowl is the one that everybody likes. So I would assume that their version of baseball should be pretty good too, right? But I never played it, and I don't hear anybody talk about it, so I don't really know. You shouldn't go full Klingon, exactly. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go on a quick break. And then we'll check out the next game. It's a baseball game, so we're probably not going to play it that long. But that's okay, because making progress in Fliptendo is good. It's a good thing. But I'm going to take a quick break, use the bathroom, and maybe get some water, and then I'll be back in a second. So don't go anywhere. Well, you know what Skittles, I did see that. Yes. I saw some of that. I would actually really like to play that game. It did look awesome. Actually, I don't think I've played the NES version either, so I want to play that too, but... Star Trek Bridge Simulator? I would play that. Hey, Sabriel. Yeah, that's right, baseball. Hold on a second. Let me bring it back. I'm back!